Welcome to today's broadcast of Carroll High School Athletics. This is CSBN, the Carroll Sports Broadcasting Network, the worldwide leader in Charger sports. Now, here are your Carroll Chargers.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Austin Fox with CSBN, the worldwide leader in Charger sports, getting set to bring you tonight's contest between your Chargers and the Eagles of Columbia City High School. This is a junior varsity matchup between these two teams, and it's going to be an exciting game tonight. Going to go ahead and get you started with the starting lineups here. For the Columbia City Eagles, it will be number 4, Hirast. He will be playing over in center field. The first baseman will be number 6, Gilbert. Number 10, and playing at third base tonight will be Reed. Number 13, and on the mound tonight for the Columbia City Eagles is Kirshner. Number 19, and playing behind the mound is Howell. Number 12, number 12, and playing over in left field is Smith. Number 2, and playing second is Shadow. In right field, number 3, Stout. And number 1, and playing all the way over in center field, will be Borton. So that was your starting lineups for Columbia City. Going to go ahead and get you started with Carroll's starting lineups. At number 5, playing over at shortstop, Ryan Kosmowski. Playing over in left field, number 4, Tony Orr. Playing at first base, number 18, Mason Newman. The DH is number 9, Chase. He is going to be DHing for number 14, the pitcher, Mason Mills. Number 12, Lee, will be behind the mound tonight. And over at second base is number 21, Chris Hansen. Riley Schutte will be playing in center field. He's number 22. Blake Converse is the third baseman. He's number 15. And Doug Tranquil is over in right today. He's number 16. We'll be back with the first pitch in just a moment. This is Austin Fox for CSBN, the worldwide leader in Charger sports.
The Carroll Sports Broadcasting Network, the worldwide leader in Charger sports.
Alright, Charger fans, welcome back to Austin Fox and CSBN, the worldwide leader in Charger sports, on a gorgeous afternoon. Again, Matthew Mills will be starting on the mound. He's a 6'2", 170-pound freshman. And leading off for the Columbia City Eagles is number 4.
Columbia City, playing center field, number 4, Travis Herbst.
Number 4, Travis Herbst. And he'll step in. Jersey situation tonight. The Chargers in their all-white uniforms with their blue hats and then blue lettering with blue numbers on the back and blue pinstripes. The Columbia City Eagles are going to be wearing their away uniforms, and those are their white pants with auburn pinstripes, auburn shorts, white lettering. Matthew Mills gets us started with a cold strike one fastball up by the belt, and we're underway here at the Dean R. Gorsuch Athletic Center with an 0-1 count. Matthew coming right back in. That one going to stay just a little low, so it'll be 1-1. The wind blowing softly out into straightaway center field. And there's a ground ball right down to Mason Newman at first, and there's one away.
Now batting for Columbia City, shortstop number 3, Austin Gilbert.
And number 18, Mason Newman, able to pick that one up. He's a sophomore. Played on this junior varsity team last year. Now coming up, number 3, Austin Gilbert, the freshman. And Mills getting set, fires his first pitch right down the pipe for a strike, and it's 0-1. Mills has started off, at least through the first 4 pitches, pretty well in control of his command. There's a ground ball that is chopped foul. The Chargers manager is a long-time reserve, actually the head coach, Chad Coley, for your Chargers. And then Columbia City's is Ryan Ringer. So it's now 1-2 on Austin Gilbert. And Mills sets and delivers. And there's a ground ball playable for Kosmowski. Picks it up. Long toss in time. Nice easy play for Kosmowski. And there's 2 down to bring to the plate number 10.
Batting third for the Eagles will be third baseman number 10, Keaton Reed.
Keaton Reed. And he'll step in as the third player. The third batter in the order. Takes the first one up and away for a ball.
Yes.
And Mills stepping back in and looking. This pitch. There's a sharp ground ball. Playable for Kosmowski. He's got it. The long toss. In time. No. Yes. It is in time. It's a 1-2-3 inning from Matthew Mills. He gets a couple of good defensive plays from Kosmowski. We go to the bottom of the first. It's all tied up at 0.
The Carroll Sports Broadcasting Network, the worldwide leader in Charger sports.
So Ryan Kosmowski, the sophomore, to lead things off for your Carroll Chargers. And right now there's a confrontation between the catcher and the pitcher. Does not appear to be quite ready for the Columbia City Eagles, but he's going to get in there and get set. And now he looks ready. So right-hander to left-hander. Here's the first pitch. Kosmowski looks at a ball just a little outside, and it's 1-0. So Kosmowski playing that shortstop position, hoping to move up to varsity in his junior year, taking the spot of John Timmerman. Takes the ball. It's now 2-0. And stepping back in and ready. Kosmowski, high pop fly, playable for the third baseman, out of play. He's chasing it, and cannot quite make the play. So it'll be 2-1 on Kosmowski as he survives that one. And pitcher number 13, Ryan Kirshner, the freshman. And number 10, Keaton Reed, he was trying to get over there and make the play, just a little too out there for him as he was trying to run back and get it. Could not get the direct line on it that he needed. As Kirshner coming back in with the 1-2, and Kosmowski just a little low on that one, fouling it back into the backstop. 2-2. As Kirshner getting set for that pitch. Here it comes. And Kosmowski laces it right to the second baseman for an out. So Kosmowski will line out to second. And here comes Tony Orr batting second. He's number 4, the sophomore. At 6 foot. It'll be a righty-to-righty situation this time for Chad Coley, and the Chargers, he'll foul that one away. Got a little too far underneath the pitch. And it's 0-1. Again, wind continues to blow out into straightaway center. There's a pitch. And it's a low ball, 1-1. Everybody in normal position. There's a softball game going on. It's Carroll and the Bishop Dwenger Saints, and Carroll's in, at least for the softball team, in for tough matchups. It's now 2-1 on Orr, but Bishop Dwenger last year won the state championship. This year looking like they could be serious contenders again. They beat Snyder in a critical SAC matchup. It's now 3-1 on Orr. So if the Chargers softball team is any good, well, they'll find out tonight against Bishop Dwenger. It's 3-1 on Tony Orr. Ryan Kirshner comes back, and it's ball 4 to Orr, and he'll get a free pass, bringing up to the plate.
Now batting for the Chargers.
Again, the first baseman, Mason Newman, getting set. Just like every player on this university team, hoping to be the next big star on the floor, at least for the varsity team. He's playing extremely well, and quickly Kirshner is going to chase or back over to the bag. Kirshner checking him again, could go back to him. Here's a pitch. Newman looks at the ball outside, little curve, didn't quite make it. And it's now 1-0. Game time temperature right about 75, 80 degrees. Here's the pitch. And Newman hits a fly ball into deep center. This is playable for the center fielder. He'll go back, he'll make the catch, and Orr will retreat to first. So now there's 2 down. Newman got a good pitch to hit, and he drove it well. Just not enough power to take it all the way out of here. And the catch by the center fielder. And number 9, Cody Chase, the sophomore, coming in, designated hitter for Matthew Mills, the freshman. He'll step in. Looking in is Kushner, and Orr is running. Here's the long toss, and Orr is safe. Good steal. And looking over, Curtis Shota is a freshman. He is playing over at second base right now. He cannot be taller than 4'11", it appears. So little guy over there, and he made already a play off of Kosmowski's line drive into the gap that he was able to make a catch on. It's 1-1 to Cody Chase, however. Here's the pitch, and he will foul that one down the third base line, 1-2. And now, for some reason, the catcher for Columbia City going to come out and talk with Kirshner out on the mound. And apparently says what they need to say and goes back behind the bag on a 1-2 count on Cody Chase. Kirshner getting set, delivers, and Chase drives it into right. This one is going to bounce in for at least 2, or will score, and Cody Chase doubles to bring home a run. His RBI double, and the Chargers lead 1-0. Good hit by Cody Chase. He is the cleanup man in the lineup, and he takes that pitch and hits a slicing line drive down over into right, all the way near the wall, as number 12, Troy Lee, the sophomore, coming in. First pitch from Kirshner is a hard ground ball. Nice play by the third baseman. Long toss to first in time. And Keaton Reed gets the final out, but the Chargers get a run and an RBI double by Cody Chase. And that's the score after 1. This is Austin Fox and CSBN, the worldwide leader in Charger sports.
The Carroll Sports Broadcasting Network, the worldwide leader in Charger sports.
Back with the start of the second inning. Matthew Mills, after a 1-2-3 to open up the game, facing off against his counterpart, Ryan Kirshner. Sets in, delivers. First pitch called, ball 1, little low. Mills got a 1-2-3 inning from Kosmowski, throwing out 2 runners. Second pitch way inside, and was able to get a ground ball on the other, as Blake Converse ended up throwing out the runner. Here's Mills. He'll set and deliver. And there's a fly ball into right, coming in hard. And what a catch. No, the second baseman for the Chargers making that one happen. Number 21, Connor Hansen, the sophomore, reaching behind him to make the catch. Number 16, Drew Tranquil, was charging in and looked like he might have had the catch, but a great one by Connor Hansen. Ball 1, number 19, is at the plate. for Columbia City. Swing and a miss. That's Jordan Howell, the freshman. Fifth batter in the lineup. Quickly, Mills has him 1-1. Count is even. Here's a pitch. High. 2-1. Wind softly listing out over into center. There's a pitch. 2-2 now. And getting set is Mills again. The pitch. Way outside. Nice job by the catcher, Troy Lee. Well, after what has been a topsy-turvy spring, at one point this field was so messed up they couldn't even play on it. There's a ground ball right to Mills. He's got it 2 down. At one point, this field was unplayable. But the weather has really picked up this past week, past couple of days, even with the threat of rain. The temperature has stayed around a consistent 80 degrees, nice summery with a nice little breeze. Perfect weather conditions for baseball today, like it has been all week. There's a pitch, there's a fly ball over into left. This is playable for the left fielder. He's got it. Nicely played by Tony Orr. We go to the bottom of the second. It's another 1-2-3 inning. Chargers 1, Eagles nothing.
The Carroll Sports Broadcasting Network, the worldwide leader in Charger sports.
Second baseman Connor Hansen to lead off the bottom of the second. He made an outstanding defensive play just a half inning ago when he picked up the first out by making a catch over his back shoulder. Steps in waiting for the pitch from Kirshner, and he chases one low, 0-1. On deck, Riley Schutte, the center fielder. There's a ground ball that's going to stay fair. Barehanded pickup, and the throw not going to get there in time. Gets away from the first baseman. And going all the way to third off the air, Connor Hansen making the play. And that time the third baseman for the Columbia City Eagles, Keaton Reed, picked up the ball with his bare hand, never got balanced, and when he threw it over, first baseman, number 9, Justin Stout, didn't have a chance to get it. It was way off the bag, and it ended up bouncing through him. Not completely, there's a ball down low, not completely getting off free as Stout. He should have been able to handle it, but he kind of let it go and it bounced up behind him. Got to at least hold the man to a single off a bad in throw from the third baseman. Here's the pitch. Schutte taking another ball. It's 2-0. So the Chargers get a break. They put a runner on third because of the error. Good hustle by Connor Snare. Got him all the way to second. And then it was clearly apparent Stout had no throw to get him on third. And that's when he took third base, and now stands in scoring position. Schutte now up in the count 3-0. He should be taking the deep fly ball, and the Chargers have 2 runs. Nice hustle by Snare, though, getting around the back. Schutte taking ball forward, didn't even come close. And Kirshner now starting to struggle a little bit. Connor Snare got on first base in the unlikeliest of ways. It was an easy ground ball, should have been playable for the third baseman as Blake Converse coming to the plate with Drew Tranquil on deck. First and third, nobody out. Chargers with a chance to break this game open. And now making a move towards third base is Kirshner, making sure he's going to keep Snare honest. I would say the 8th batter in the order. Here's the pitch. First one called strike. Nice curveball, and then a steal to second by Riley Schutte. So he's going to make a play over there. Get to second. Now 2 runners in scoring position for Converse. He's down 0-1 in the count early, though. On deck, Drew Tranquil, and then Ryan Kosmowski back to the lead off the order. With that steal, Schutte eliminates the chance of a double play. We'll get several benefits out of that steal. Here's the pitch. Low to Converse. Nice block by the catcher, Howell, to keep it from going into the backstop. Jordan Howell playing behind the mound there, behind the plate. He could keep that ball. Connor Snare's not scoring. There's a hard, sharp ground ball right to the shortstop. He's got it, and there's one away, but a run scores, so an RBI or a sac ground out, I think is what he called there, but an RBI either way for Converse, and it's 2-0 with Schutte taking third off the ground ball to bring up Drew Tranquil, who's playing over in right today.
16, Drew Tranquil.
There's the pitch, Kirshner, and there's a fly ball by Tranquil all the way over to the right. This one has a chance. It's going to bounce in front of the wall. Tranquil doubles and sends home Schutte. Oh, he got a little more, got off the bag as he was rounding second. Couldn't stop in time, and had to dive back in. Chad Cooley, the coach, was telling him to hold up, and he had kept going and then realized he was caught, had to slide back in. But nice RBI double. Chargers lead 3-0 with Kosmowski hoping to add to the total against Kirshner. Swing and a miss. What a good swing, just flat out missed it, went underneath the ball. It was a fastball by the belt. He swung by the knees. It's 0-1. Yeah. And there are 2 outs. Kosmowski, deep fly ball, center field. This one is going to be on the run, and it's going to bounce against the wall. Double for Kosmowski. Scoring number 16, Drew Tranquil. And Ryan Kosmowski now doubles. The Chargers lead 4-0. And Tony Orr, who drove in the first run, hits a deep fly ball into right left field. This is gone! And a 2-run shot for Tony Orr, and the Chargers lead 6-0. The bats are getting to Kirshner here in the second inning. Orr now has scored twice. An RBI 2-run shotter all the way into deep left field. And into the parking lot.
Mason Newman.
Mason Newman now coming to the plate. What a great hit by Tony Orr. Mason Newman coming out of the plate. Tony Orr doubled with 1 out. He would score off a double from Cody Chase. Here's the pitch. Newman taking a pitch outside, and it's 1-0. Chargers take now a commanding lead, and with the way Matthew Mills has been pitching on the mound tonight against the Eagles, it could be insurmountable. There's a pitch that catches the outside corner. It's 1-0. On deck, Cody Chase, and here's Newman with a hit deep center field. This one is going to be gone again. And it's back-to-back home runs. Nicely done by Mason Newman. Chargers lead 7-0, and we've got a mound visit coming, but that's back-to-back checks. First by Orr, then by Newman. We'll be back after this confrontation at the mound between the manager, Ryan Winger, and his infield. This is Austin Fox and CSBN, the worldwide leader in Charger sports.
The Carroll Sports Broadcasting Network, the worldwide leader in Charger sports.
So Cody Chase, who had an RBI double in his first at-bat, now steps in. And Kirshner firing looks to be as called strike one. It's 1-1. This umpire has an interesting habit of looking at his nails every single time he calls a ball or a strike. 2-1. 2-1 on the way from Kirshner, and it's a ball down in the dirt. 3-1 and the pitch. There's a sharp ground ball, and it's going to get through the third baseman. That's going to go all the way down the left field line. A double for Cody Chase. He's now doubled twice in today's contest to bring to the plate number 12, Troy Lee.
Chargers number 12, Troy Lee.
He's got a chance for an RBI. And that was inside, nearly hit him. Troy Lee 0 for 1. Grounded out in his first plate appearance. Chargers who lead 7-0. And this game could be over before it really even started. The 10-run rule looking like it's an ever-increasing impossibility that it's going to be invoked at some point. It would be after the 5th inning. If the Chargers lead by more than 10 and we're through 5 now, 3-0, then you would have to think that this game would be over. And if Matthew Mills doesn't give up any runs, all it would take would be 10. Here is the pitch. Ball four. Giving himself a free pass is the sophomore Troy Lee to bring up
21, Connor Hansen.
Connor Hansen, and he led off this inning, so we're all the way back to where we started. Through 9 batters, Chargers lead 7-0. 9 batters, 6 run leaders. Connor Hansen stepping in. He was able to lead things off when an errant throw from Keaton Reed, the third baseman, did get close to Justin Stout. 0-1. A long inning it's been for Kirshner. There's a fly ball into right. This is going to fall in. That's going to score a run. A double for Connor Hansen. How about this inning now through 10 batters, an 8-0 lead. Boy, this one has really gotten out of hand.
Number 22, Riley Schutte.
As Riley Schutte coming to the plate. So he comes up with 10 batters later and 7 runs. Coming back in, he was able to get on via walk in his first AB. He then stole second and would score moments later. He takes a first pitch with a ball. Riley Schutte able to use a little bit of his size to his advantage. Only 5'9", 145. Here's a nice job driving it to the shortstop. He has to go to the opposite side towards the outfield line and left. He was able to glove it, but his throw not strong enough, bouncing up to Justin Stout. That is an infield single for Schutte. The Chargers now lead 9-0 with a runner on first and third. Blake Caversay, the only player to have an out this inning. He did get an RBI when he grounded out. Stepping back in. It was the first out of this inning. Imagine that. There's a fly ball by Caversay. This is going to be in the gap between right and center. Playable for the center fielder, making the catch. And number 21, Connor Hansen, will score. And so now Caversay has recorded both outs single-handedly for the Chargers, but at the same time has picked up 2 RBIs doing so.
Now batting for the Chargers, number 16.
And the Chargers lead 10-0 with Drew Tranquil to bat. Chargers have gone through the entire order. There's a foul ball back into the backstop. And Kosmowski could be seeing some more action in this inning as far as batting goes. They started this with the 6th batter. What he went through the entire order once. In the dirt, it's going to get away from the catcher. Heading over to third, running hard, and getting there easily is Riley Schutte over at third. Nicely done by Riley Schutte and his hustle getting over to third base. The catcher for the Columbia City Eagles, Jordan Howell, let it get by him and couldn't go chase it down in time. Ball again. It's 2-1. Already 2 errors for Columbia City. Both of them in this inning. Boy, this has been such a long... The Chargers have 14 batters in that inning. And they score 9 runs. They got helped out with 2 Columbia City errors, but we go to the top of the third with Matthew Mills on the mound.
The Carroll Sports Broadcasting Network, the worldwide leader in Charger sports.
Coming back up to bat, number 2, Brady Smith.
Yeah, nice talking to you. I guess talking to you.
And a called strike 3
Now,
on the batter.
Number 2, Curtis Shota.
Again, number 2 is coming to the plate. There's a pitch.
Correction, now batting number 9, Justin Stout.
Justin Stout at the plate, and it was just at the plate who struck out. Number 2, Curtis Shota. He's playing over at second base tonight. So far, it's 2-0 from Mills to Stout. And Matthew Mills getting set after the strikeout is now way behind in the count, 3-0. So Mills could be issuing his first batter to the bag tonight. Here's the pitch. Ball 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now coming to the plate, number 1.
And for the Eagles, number 1, Dylan Borton.
Dylan Borton, the freshman. And we're back with the top of the order right after this with Travis Herbst. Here's a pitch. Thanks the ball. Now Mills starting to give up a little in this inning already with a walk and starting to lose his control. He's really losing his control now. That one coming close to hitting Borton. Matthew Mills, that's the last thing you want to do. As far as Columbia City goes, they have not warmed up any pitchers, so assume that Kirshner, there's a strike. Kirshner would still be pitching, at least for the bottom of this third inning, as Ryan Kosmowski would be leading off. There's the pitch. 3-1. And a long toss over to first, not quite in time. Matthew trailing in the count 3-1.
We scored 9 runs in an inning.
To number 9, Justin Stout. And he delivers ball 4. A couple walks in a row to bring up Travis Herbst. And he's going to come over with a brief confrontation with his manager. Something bothering him. But right now, Columbia City is starting to threaten, at least as far as a run. Matthew Mills now, one of the managers for the Chargers, is going to come over there and give him a short talking to. Matthew Mills anyway, as Justin Herbst steps back into the plate after his confrontation with his manager.
Yeah, batting for Columbia City, number 4, Travis Hurst.
And Mills staring down Justin Stout over there at second base. Hurst 0 for 1. There's a pitch. It's a ball inside. Newman really starting to struggle with his control. In the last 9-10 pitches, he's only thrown 1 strike. There's a pitch. There's a strike. 1-1. One's across the board. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Mills started off this inning strong. He got the 1-2-3 strikeouts. And he walked his next 2 batters on only 9 pitches. But he's up in the count, and there's a ground ball. Chance for a double play. There's one by Kosmowski. Throw in time. Nicely done. A 6-3 double play. We go to the bottom of the 3rd, and the Columbia City Eagles do not score. This is Austin Fox for CSBN, the worldwide leader in Charger sports.
The Carroll Sports Broadcasting Network, the worldwide leader in Charger sports.
Who got shellacked back in the 2nd, stepping back in to face off against Kosmowski, who doubled in his last at-bat. So first pitch, curveball, outside, 1-0. Wind is now just a quiet, listless wind that's softly blowing out in the center, but not as hard anymore. Chargers, who had 2 home runs in the last inning, maybe trying to do the same thing. Kosmowski swings and misses 1-1. Tony Orr, he's doubled and homered tonight. He's on deck. He's now only a single and a triple away from a possible cycle. Kosmowski takes the ball down low. 2-1. The Eagles threatened after Mills looked like he was going to give up some runs after he walked 2 batters. But then a ground ball and a double play started by Kosmowski, picked it up, stepped on second, threw over to first, and that was the end of the story. 3-1 to Kosmowski on the way. Swing, fly ball, foul. It'll be a full count coming up. Kosmowski stepping back in. Here's the pitch. Fouls that one straight up in the air, out of play. A little helicopter coming over the stadium here. Three and 2. A beautiful sunny day. The Dean Gorsuch Athletic Center. Fly ball. This is playable for the catcher. He's coming over, and he lost it in the sun. They overplayed that one just a little too much, and Kosmowski, who did that in his first at-bat, he had a ball out of play, playable for the 3rd baseman, Keaton Reed. Gives the ball out of play, playable for the catcher. But unable to escapes Howell, and then Kosmowski will hit a fly ball out of play again, and again unplayable for anybody. He's just staying alive, battling Kirshner right now, his 3rd straight foul ball. And so Kosmowski to step back in. Kirshner fires. Kosmowski, fly ball into left. Into right. Right fielder going. It is gone. And Ryan Kosmowski is homered into right center. And the Chargers lead 11-0. So he'll take the celebratory round of the bags and cross home plate. Chargers now with their 3rd home run of the game. They lead 11-0. Tony Orr now, who's homered, will step in. And Kosmowski, he goes back into the dugout, raising his fist in celebration. Chargers in full control. Curveball, called strike 1. 0-1. Again. Oh, he's already homered, and here's a deep fly ball as well. This one in the left center. Playable for the left fielder. Oh, and he can't make the catch. And Orr will stop at second. Oh, my goodness. The left fielder for the Eagles had a play on it. It was Brady Smith, the junior.
Now back for the Chargers, number 18, Mason Newman.
And he just flat out missed it. And Mason Newman, who's homered in tonight's contest, stepping in. Chance for an RBI. Tony Orr has doubled, homered, and doubled. And Newman hits a fly ball. Little blooper that'll fall in. Right in front of the left fielder. That's a single that will move Orr to third. Nice hit by Mason Newman, and now we've got another meeting at the mound. Could see a substitution in pitching here. Chargers, who have 12 hits, 11 runs. And it appears as though third baseman Keaton Reed will be the new pitcher. Maybe not. Well, we'll see. Keaton Reed's going to head over into center field. The new pitcher looks like it's going to be number 4, Travis Herbst. Again, that's what it appears to be, and now Columbia City also has number 6, Clayton Gifford, warming up. It is Travis Herbst on the mound. Keaton Reed will move over into center. At third base, wait and see. I think it would be the center fielder who was playing. Well, Travis Herbst was a center fielder. He's now pitching. Again, third baseman. We'll wait, and we'll tell you who the third baseman is when we come back. Herbst warming up. Chargers 11, Eagles nothing.
The Carroll Sports Broadcasting Network, the worldwide leader in Charger sports.
We're back. Coming back out of the pitching change, Travis Herbst, the new pitcher. Kushner over to third. Keaton Reed over to center. Everybody else stays the same. Chargers have runners on the corners, leading 11-0. Bottom third. Chance to break this game even more wide open than it already is. And again, now we've got some confusion, and now they got to make sure that they've got somebody protecting the people pitching and warming up over in the bullpen. Legally, the game cannot go on unless there is somebody doing that because of safety issues. First pitch high. Number 9, Cody Chase, the DH. At one point, if you're Chad Coley, do you start letting some other guys maybe get in there and get some hits? Simply because this game is not even close. I don't know how it ever could be. Ooh. Holmes started to go over to third, didn't realize he didn't have a throw, and as he went over to third, Orr started moving in towards home plate. That's always a dangerous job. And there's a hard ground ball. Kushner is going to throw it over to third. There's one away, but it will score Orr, and the Chargers' lead is now pushed to 12-0. A fielder's choice, moving Newman over to second. And bringing number 12, Troy Lee, to the plate. 12 hits, 12 runs. First pitch to Lee as the ball upstairs. 1-0.
Are you kidding me? You're kidding. Was that first on the ball?
There's a pitch. High. It's 2-0. And it's 3-0. Last reports of the softball game, the Chargers were trailing 1-0. Get you more, and hopefully at the conclusion of this broadcast have the updated score. There's a strike off the 3-1. Herbst stepping back in. He's almost just waiting until ball four. First and second now. As Connor Hansen will now step to the plate for the third time.
Now betting for the Chargers, number 21, Connor Hansen.
Connor Hansen, he's 2 for 2 tonight. Stepping in against Herbst. It's a ball outside. So the story of the game for the Eagles has been pitches that have not found the strike zone, and the pitches that have been fat. 3 home runs. There's a fly ball right towards the second baseman, shortstop, and that's a double play. Really just a 6 double play. Shortstop number 6, Gilbert, makes the catch, steps on the bag at second to end the inning, but the damage is done. Chargers score 2. We go to the top of the 4th inning. It's all Chargers 12, Eagles nothing.
The Carroll Sports Broadcasting Network, the worldwide leader in Charger sports.
All right, so we get set to start the top of the 4th. Chargers with a slew of substitutions. Chandler Boggs coming in at first. 24, Taylor Goshen playing third.
All right, see you later.
Number 8, Robbie Schuster playing the shortstop position. At second is Brayton Carpenter. Here's the first pitch, and there's a ground ball foul. And then there's a substitution over in left. The only people that apparently did not change were the catcher, Troy Lee, and Matthew Mills. And then Riley Schutte. Several substitutions. It's 1-1. 1 out. First pitch, 2-1. Number 3, Jordan Stout at the plate. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Ball 3-1. Go back to the slew of substitutions. Chargers from command. Foul ball 3-2. Matthew Mills has done a pretty consistent job at the mound. He did put 2 runners on back in the third, excuse me. There's the pitch. Strike 3 called. Nice curveball from Matthew Mills to bring up number 10.
Now batting for Columbia City, number 10, Keaton Reed.
Keaton Reed. So it'll be righty to righty. Wind's picked up a little bit. Now blowing hard out in the center field. First pitch, ball 1. It's 1-0. Here's the pitch. Foul ball. And 2 out. 2 balls. No strikes. 1 out. Mills getting set and fires. Foul ball down the third base line. As the Columbia City player came out to pick up the ball, he would look for somewhere to throw it. Finally threw it to Mills. Here's the pitch. There's a fly ball that was almost playable for Brayton Carpenter. And a single, the first hit of the game for Columbia City, comes in the 4th inning. On a ball that was well playable for Carpenter, just couldn't quite time the jump, and it went over his head.
Number 13, Ryan Kirshner.
And Ryan Kirshner, former pitcher, now third baseman, stepping in. Again, he was shellacked back in the second to the tune of a bunch of runs. There's one at, nice job. They get 1 out off a fielder's choice. Nice pickup by Robbie Schuster, now playing shortstop. He threw it over to Carpenter. Carpenter, as he was willing to go for the double play, was slid into
now batting for Columbia City, number 19, Jordan Howell.
Keaton Reed to keep that double play from happening. So off the fielder's choice, bringing up number 19, Jordan Howell, and that one going to go over the batter's head. That's how far inside it was. An easy stink down over to second. It's number 12 playing over in left field, Brady Smith, who's on deck. 2 balls, no strikes with 2 outs. Trying to get out of this inning, not give up any runs. It would take us to the bottom 4th, or at least another 3 outs. 10-run rule does not kick in until the 5th inning. Chargers 9 runs in the 2nd inning. 2 home runs, including back-to-back homers. Here's a pitch. And that one's going to get away from the catcher. And then it's going to bounce out of third baseman's head. Troy Lee back there, he had a pitch he should have handled, and he couldn't quite do it. It was not a great pitch, but just bounced right out of his glove. I mean, he had it, and then got away, putting a runner on third, but there's a ball to send Jordan Howell over to first and bring up Smith. Brady Smith, that's junior. Only junior on this junior varsity team. There's a pitch. There's a ground ball. It's playable. Got it over to third. Nicely done. By number 24, Taylor Goshen, the freshman, throwing out Brady Smith to end the inning. Eagles still don't score. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Chargers 12, Eagles nothing.
The Carroll Sports Broadcasting Network, the worldwide leader in Charger sports.
Zach Corboni subbing in for Riley Schutte here in the bottom of the 4th inning. And that's a ball 1 to lead him off. As Chad Coley, the manager for the Chargers, has come in with the substitutions. 1-1. On deck is Taylor Goshen, number 24. There's a ball. 2-1. Chargers have showed up to play tonight. 3-1 as they picked up a run in the first inning, then exploded for 9, going through 14 batters. Ball 4 to Carboni, bringing up Taylor Goshen. A 6'1" right-hander Taylor, 230 pounds, plays in the pitcher spot. Infield, also plays a little bit behind the mound when called upon. Here's the pitch. Ball down low in the dirt. Nice job by Jordan Howell, the catcher, keeping that one in front of him. Chargers maybe want to add a little more runs to give Matthew Mills enough breathing room to get this game over within 5. That was a sharp ground ball that's going to get by the shortstop for a base hit, and then dropped by the left-hander Brady Smith, and then the ball dropped by the third baseman as Zach Carboni came diving into third. That almost was an out. It was a good throw from Smith to his third baseman, Ryan Kirshner.
Now batting for the Chargers, number 16.
I'm going to take that back. Clayton Gifford is taken over at third. So, going with some substitutions, Kirshner actually took over second. There's a fly ball that's going to get through as well. That's going to score Goshen. That's going to score Carboni. And that is a 2 RBI single. Nicely done by Drew Tranquil. He's had a nice night. And now coming up to the plate instead of Ryan Kazmowski will be Robbie Schuster, the freshman.
Now batting number 8, Robbie Schuster.
Again, Kirshner took over at shortstop. Columbia City did some moving. There's a strike. They did some moving as well. They moved Austin Gilbert over into the second baseman spot. And we put number 6, Clayton Gifford, at third. But in the end, Travis Herbst still pitching. 1-1. In the meantime, to Schuster. As Herbst is going to chase Drew Tranquil back to the bag. 14 runs on 14 hits. How about that if you're the Chargers? What a day they've been having in this NHC conference meet. 2 junior varsity teams, 3-1. Still nobody out. This is that feel where it could be another big inning if the Chargers needed to. Ball 4. Put runners on first and second now. And instead of Tony Orr, it's going to be number 6, Shea Keithley.
Now batting for the Chargers, number 6, Shea Keithley.
Shea Keithley, the brother of Austin Keithley, and he drives one into center. This is playable for Keaton Reed. He'll make the catch. Keithley put a good swing on the ball, and he just drove it right towards the center fielder. But a good swing, nevertheless.
Batting for the Chargers, number 10, Chandler Boggs.
To bring up Chandler Boggs, subbing in for Mason Newman, who had a monster day today. Who was out in his first plate appearance and then came right back, provided the second home run to a back-to-back Jacks. There's a ground ball down the first baseline by Boggs. He'll go ahead and step back in. Here's the pitch. Boggs, ground ball. This could be a double play. No, it's going to be a fielder's choice. There's 2 down. So Boggs will bring Robbie Schuster to second. Drew Tranquil to third. And in the meantime,
the Chargers, number 9, Cody Chase.
Cody Chase, the DH for Mason Mills. He doubled in an RBI. He's had a nice game. Picks up first pitch. Good curveball that just stays outside. 1-0. Herbst looking back in. Here's the pitch. Ball 2. It's 2-0. And Herbst looking back in. Good set. Fires ball 3. And I'm going to call it a strike. 2-1. Here's the pitch. And he's going to hit a fly ball curling out over into right. That's going to score 2. He'll double with 2 outs. So now it's Cody Chase getting in on some more action. His 3rd RBI of the game. Driving home a pair. 16-0. So not even been a contest. I'm sure if you're the coach, Chad Coley, you don't know who else to sub in.
Number 2, Alex Barkas.
Number 2, Alex Barkas, and he's a substitution for Troy Lee, the catcher. It's a pitch above his head. 1-1. Chargers pick up another 4 in this inning. At least that, maybe more coming with 2 outs. There's a fly ball in the center. It's a high fly ball and playable for Keaton Reed, and we're finally over. But the Chargers in full command, leading 16-0. It would take 7 runs just for this game to stop. Matthew Mills trying to make sure that doesn't happen. This is Austin Fox and CSBN.
The Carroll Sports Broadcasting Network, the worldwide leader in Charger sports.
Clayton Clifford getting sent to lead off this 5th inning. Mills firing. There's a ground ball. Nice from the knees, the toss, and that was not a good one. So an error on the play as number 3 off for the Chargers. Brayton Carpenter slid to his his left as he was trying to pick up the ball, dropped it, and then from his knees just threw a terrible throw. It wasn't even close for first baseman. Here's a pitch. There's a foul ball out of play. Down the third base line. Mills getting set again. He's giving up only 1 hit. He's giving up a couple walks here and there. And he runner on second right now is on because of error. Chargers leading in America's greatest pastime, 16-0. Here in the top of the 5th, 10-run rule looking to be invoked after this inning. Unless 7 runs are scored, then we'd have to go to the bottom of the 5th. It's a foul ball out of play. As Mills stepping back in. Mills is going to try to pick off the runner at second, and he got him. Nicely done by Matthew Mills. Caught the runner for the Columbia City Eagles. Clayton Clifford too far off the bag, and he spun around. Nicely done. He was working. There's a foul ball back out of play, but he was working nicely with Robbie Schuster. Schuster got over there at second, put on the tag. There's one away. With a 2-2 count. On number 9, Justin Stout. There's a pitch. And that hit the batter. Boy, that one had to hurt. Came right off his elbow. Sure, he might be bruising up there tomorrow with number 14. Turner. Josh Turner coming to the plate. Josh Turner.
Now batting for Columbia City, number 14, Josh Turner.
And now taking a walk down over to second. And they're going to maybe call, I don't know if they're calling a balk. Not really sure what happened. Anyway, there's a runner on second now. Here's a pitch. And oh my goodness! Matthew Mills hitting another batter. This time it's Josh Turner in the back. With Zach Herbst tonight, Travis Herbst stepping in. He might be coming in a little trepidation.
Number 4, Travis Herbst.
Mills getting a little violent with his throws. Late in the game, I mean, the game almost locked up and then starting to really struggle. Here's a ground ball. There's one at second. No. Well, yes. They get the out at second. But my goodness, number 3, number 3, Brayton Carpenter just flat out dropped it as he was spinning to make the throw. So 2 outs. Well, the Chargers have really gotten lax here in this top of the 5th defensively.
Now batting number 3, Austin Gilbert.
Austin Gilbert stepping in. There's a strike. It's 0-1, but, well, you cannot get lax defensively. Especially when you're a substitute, you're not starting, and you're trying to maybe get some more playing time. There's the ball. It's 1-1. You don't do it by dropping easy double play tosses from the shortstop that's right in your glove. I mean, he almost got a break as there's a a ground ball. They're going to whistle it foul. But again, defensively, this Charger team cannot be lax, even if the game is already wrapped up. I'm sure Chad Coley, the manager for the Chargers, a little upset. Runner going, no throw. And so number 4, Travis Herbst, excuse me, getting over to second. It's Austin Gilbert at the plate. There's a pitch, and it hits him right in the back end, and that was the 3rd batter hit. And Matthew Mills, I don't know what's happening to his control. I mean, his 3rd batter hit this inning. My goodness, he had pitched so well the entire game, and now he's relegated to hitting people. His 3rd. Did not hit a batter all game. And now that's 3. As number 10, Keaton Reed.
Travis Herbst.
Here's the pitch. And that's going to get away and score the first run of the game. My goodness. Matthew Mills has lost all control. Whatsoever he had on it, it has been lost. And now he's going to step off the mound and get a talking to. My goodness. You're leading 16-1. And you come back and, I mean, just throw strikes. And at this point, it's not that hard. You're not going for the highlight reel. And just throw strikes. So he gets a talking to from one of the pitching managers for the Chargers, stepping back in. There are 2 outs. First pitch, there we go, there's a strike. 2-1. Keaton Reed. Here's the pitch, fouled away. 2-1. And now they're going to send home a runner, but I'm not really sure why. And they're going to call it a balk. Well, it's 16-2 now. Matthew Mills has completely went down in flames. Ball 3, it's 3-1. A second balk in this inning. There's a fly ball out of play, 3-2. And to give you an idea of how bad Matthew Mills has been here in the bottom 5th, he has balked twice and hit 3 batters. And he's given up 2 runs. There's a ground ball playable. Oh my gosh. Taylor Goshen, as he was coming over to make the play, snagged it with his glove, and as he was coming up, the ball dropped right out of it. So now it's 16-3. There'll be an error on Goshen. And he's mad with himself as he's coming back. And there's a ground ball, base hit again. The defense has completely shut down for the Chargers in this inning.
At bat for Columbus City was Ryan Kershaw, number 13. Now coming to the plate, number 19.
Jordan Howell. You've got to be kidding me. You're expecting an easy last inning, and instead you get a meltdown from everybody on this Charger defense. Here's a pitch. There's a ground ball foul. Sure, Matthew Mills is not too happy with himself in the way he's pitched. He's got to settle down and throw strikes. Nobody said pitching was easy. But here's the pitch. At this point, with the score 16-3, the Eagles would still need 4 more runs to make this game go any longer. But they are in danger of doing so. Ball 2-1. Did not quite come through his zone there. That's Matthew Mills, the freshman. Learning the hard way, you gotta finish the job you set out to do. Here's the pitch. There's a ground ball, diving to get it. Goshen couldn't do it. Keaton Reed is going to score. Going over to third will be number 13, Ryan Kirshner. It's a double by Jordan Howell, and it's 16-4. And one swing would make it a 9-run game. Somehow Columbia City, through no fault of their own, have come back. This game should have been over a long time ago. Here's the pitch. There's a ground ball. This could do it. Goshen to pick it up. He's got it to throw. In time. No. They're going to whistle him safe. You got to be kidding me. 16-5 now, and the umpire signals safe, but Taylor Goshen's throw about a step late. Boy, just when you think the game is over, that happens. Here's the pitch. Working quickly, swing and a miss. Number 6, Clayton Gifford, who started off this inning. So Columbia City's done a Carroll High School here. They've gone through the entire order, and they picked up 4 runs by doing so. Here's the pitch, ground ball, and it goes right through Matthew Mills. It's 16-5, 16-6. The Chargers are simply, I don't know if they're trying too hard, but the ball was right to Matthew Mills out the mound, and it went through his legs. It just did a little nutmeg on him. Soccer term we use, and now there's a runner on second as Justin Stout comes in. Somebody call in the relief squad or something. My goodness. Who would have thought 6 runs would have been scored by Columbia City? Here's a fly ball. This is playable, and it's not going to be caught. That will not score a run, though. As number 6 for the Chargers, Shea Keithley was coming in trying to make the catch. And he just couldn't quite get there in time to bring up number 14, Josh Turner.
Now batting number 14, Josh Turner.
He fouls it sharply down the third base line. 0-1. Goodness gracious. Goodness gracious. Bases loaded. Goodness gracious. Here's the pitch. Outside. 1-1. Matthew Mills. If we get through this inning without getting up another run, that will be a miracle. They always say that last out is the hardest one to get. And it is about ready to happen again. Missing 2-1. There's a fly ball foul out of play, 2-2. Well, the defense didn't come up with the plays a long time ago. Mills hasn't come up with the pitches he should have come up with a long time ago. Long story short, number 9. There's a fly ball. Is this going to be fair? No, it's going to go out of play. Unplayable for number 16, Drew Tranquil. But in the end of things, number 9, Cody Chase, headed towards the warm-up spot. Could be coming in and trying to end it. And if he does, well, you almost have to give him a save. But if he even comes in, that means we're going to another inning. At the very least, you don't want to give up too many more runs. Here's the pitch. Ground ball right in front of the mound. Here's a throw. Finally, game over. The Chargers win it, but it came on the very last with the bases loaded. And a 2-2 count. And we are all set and done here at the Dean R. Gorsuch Athletic Center.
CSBN, the Carroll Sports Broadcasting Network, the worldwide leader in Charger sports.
Back with the post-game show, Austin Fox, CSBN, the worldwide leader in Charger sports. Chargers win 16-6 tonight. Player of the game, Tony Orr. He homered and doubled twice, went 3 for 3 before he was subbed out. How about the ending? That was the only thing exciting in this game when it appeared the Chargers were going to wrap things up, but then they come back, give up 6 runs in the 5th inning thanks to 2 balks and 3 hit batters from Matthew Mills. Several defensive lapses from the Chargers. And the end, with the bases loaded and a 2-2 count, there's a ground ball right in front of the mound. Mills picked it up, threw out the runner at first, game over. Although that was a little bit lucky to break for the Chargers, because the catcher, if he'd stayed at the plate, would have been an easy toss from Mills to the home plate, and that would have done it. Instead, it's the other way around. But the Chargers, in the end up winning. So, saying so long from the Dino Gorsuch Athletic Center, this is Austin Fox and CSBN, the worldwide leader in Charger sports.
You've been listening to Charger Baseball on CSBN, the worldwide leader in Charger sports.